Behold, the sacred union that unites two souls into a lifelong journey. On the 2nd of December of 2017, Amelia and Joshua got married. They danced through the night to their favorite love songs, which consisted primarily of Ed Sheeran. Then continued the celebration in their luxury hotel room that was overlooking the river. They moved to Florida, bought a house, and absolutely loved it. Except the only issue was that it didn't have a nice enough kitchen, so they decided to commit first-degree fraud. You see, both Amelia and Joshua worked at the bank. Josh was a loan recovery officer, the person from the bank that calls you up to politely threaten you about your overdue payments. Amelia was a bank teller, meaning she took care of regular transactions, such as depositing checks or withdrawing money from her customers. And one of these customers was an elderly man called Gerald Stack. Gerald had informed Amelia that he had sustained a
It's always the old folks. They always go for the old folks. Yo, these some young niggas, yo.
Traumatic brain injury, and therefore was easily confused and forgetful. So Amelia initially began helping him out, even with things outside of her job, such as bringing him groceries or managing errands. But then her husband found out, and came up with the idea to steal $50,000 from her client's bank account, hoping he wouldn't notice, asserting that the money would go towards buying a new kitchen. Amelia then proceeded with the plan by writing herself 2 checks from Gerald's account for $25,000 each. And then, as expected, Gerald didn't notice. So they began enjoying life being 50 grand richer, assuming their plan had actually come to fruition. But exactly 15 weeks later, Amelia's phone rang.
Psych!
On the other end was Gerald's 52-year-old daughter, Cynthia, asking for a transaction history on her father's bank account and why there was $50,000 missing. Amelia's response was that she couldn't give out too much information because Cynthia wasn't the account holder, but she assured her she would look into it thoroughly and get back to her. Cynthia would then leave multiple missed calls on Amelia's phone over the next 3 days. But on day 4, the calls stopped coming in. On July 18, 2018, Cynthia and her 23-year-old son, Sean, were found shot to death in their apartment.
No!
Forensics went through Cynthia's call history and very quickly uncovered the situation with Amelia and the stolen money. They already had enough evidence to charge her with fraud and send her to jail, but they were far more interested in Josh, their prime suspect in the murders. They had an eyewitness account from a neighbor that placed someone matching his description at the scene, and they also discovered that he had recently purchased a gun from a pawn shop. But this wasn't enough to charge him with murder, which is why they needed a confession, and the primary objective was to obtain it from Amelia. Their interrogations began 9 days after the murders on July 26th. Josh was arrested at work, while Amelia was arrested at their home. She was brought in first at 11:30 a.m.
Y'all niggas dumb as hell. Y'all niggas dumb as hell. Bro, y'all niggas could've went another way with that shit. Y'all niggas could've went a different direction. Y'all niggas dumb as fuck, yo. My God. Y'all niggas just sold. Whoever's idea that was, y'all niggas sold real bad. That shit did not need to go that fucking far. That shit went from fucking fraud to murder, fraud, conspiracy, a whole bunch of other fucking bullshit and charges. Y'all niggas stupid. Fuck wrong with them. Yeah, these are real young niggas right here. These are real. These the young nigga Bonnie and Clyde, cause that's what the fuck just happened. Murder too.
Hey, they got those off you, right?
How much fuck?
Just water.
She don't need that water. Slide that shit off the table. Fuck on her ass.
Obviously, you want to know what's going on, and we want to talk to you about some stuff. So let me start at the beginning. I'm gonna record everything this way. You don't miss anything. All right.
Fuck.
Am I getting arrested or something for something? Or?
Is this bitch dumb? Is this bitch fucking dumb? Did she just ask if she's getting arrested? What the fuck do you think, dumbass? Yeah, they're fucking cooked. They're fucking cooked. She's sitting here asking, is she getting arrested? Look at where you're at and look what's being brought against you. Do you think you're not finna get... Stop. Cause if I keep going, my blood pressure finna... You are a dumb bitch. Yes, you're getting arrested, stupid. Fuck.
They collect Amelia's basic information, her home address and phone number.
Get me worked up.
Alright, Amelia. We gotta go over these with you, okay? Because you were brought
You're getting arrested. What the fuck do you think?
There's always 2 sides to every story. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, we have one side of the story right now, and that's why you're sitting here. So we want to get the other side of the story, okay? But for us to talk to you, I want to make sure I go over your rights with you and you understand those rights, okay? And if you have any questions about any of these, make sure you ask me, okay? All right.
Just for that shit.
You have the right to remain silent, do you understand?
So stupid.
Is it yes? Okay, all right. Any questions about that? No? Okay.
I mean, I get it. She gonna try to play as dumb as she can, but
Like someone
I mean,
getting in trouble
dude,
or arrested
come on
or
now.
something.
Well, we just, like I said, we want to be able to talk to you, all right? And this is the right way to do that. And I'm sure there could be a very reasonable explanation as to why you're here, all right? But we have to talk to you about that, okay?
Okay.
Like I said, we only have one side of the story. When we have one side, we have to go on that until we have the other side of the story, okay? But just because these are your rights, I want to make sure you understand them, okay? It's just for us to be able to talk to each other.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So how long have you lived at that house over there?
We moved in June, either June or July. We just purchased a home.
Okay.
He asks Amelia what she does for work. She clarifies that she works at Chase as a bank teller.
Does he work for Chase? Okay. How long have you worked for Chase for?
December will be 3 years, I believe, or 4 years. I'm not sure. After 4 years.
Any issues while you were working at Chase?
No. I got a write-up recently.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
When was this, in May? I issued 2 checks for a customer and
Fraud,
I got a write-up.
scammer, stealer, liar. Fuck wrong with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
But other than that,
Yeah, this bitch.
Alright. So, man, I can tell you the
cause problems.
today.
I
Because of
know.
that.
I see it. I know her type of people. You feel me?
Alright?
Yeah.
Does that surprise you?
I've seen
for this
many
type of
other like this.
situation, yeah.
Okay.
Yup.
Like this intense, and then I got in trouble
Yeah.
at work, which
This exact
like
model,
police,
build.
but-
Hell yeah. I know.
Let's
her.
walk through it a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
Let's walk through that and see how maybe we can
Blind,
here today.
deceitful,
Alright,
stealing
to
ass
find out
bitches.
if this was just a misunderstanding or what, okay? So, what was the name of the customer?
Gerald,
Okay.
Mr. Gerald.
So what happened with this write-up? So, I mean, had you been a banker for him for a while? I mean,
Yeah, so I've been his banker since I moved here.
did you, okay.
Since we moved here.
So what happened with these checks?
I think we just she called him, have the record over global security. So when they came in, they pulled like call logs, they pulled like cameras, just to make sure like they pulled signature files.
Amelia tries to use imprecise workplace terminology to confuse the detectives. She basically suggests that a security check has already been carried out by her bank, finding no misconduct or malpractice, which is incorrect. She could no longer deal with Gerald's account, and an internal investigation was still ongoing at the time of her arrest.
And that was it. I mean, that happened since March. That was
When you talked to Gerald, I mean, how did he appear to you? Was he a young guy, old guy?
pretty old.
Oh, how did he appear to you when you talked to him?
It's okay.
He was okay? Did you ever have any issues when you talked to him about remembering things or anything like that?
He told me he had brain, like I know like a little about himself, like he had brain surgery. But for the most part, he remembers.
Yep, it's always the
things
lying,
from,
deceitful,
like,
stealing, cheating
yeah,
ass bitches.
so-
Just taking advantage of
So he had
people
you
that
charge
they
two
don't
checks.
they think can't do anything for
How
themselves.
much were they worth?
25,000 each.
What did he have you do? Like, what did he ask for?
No, he put 2 checks and $25,000 each, and that was it.
She doesn't clarify where the
She
money
happy
was
as
sent,
hell,
and
but she
seems to think
happy
that
as
being
hell. Like
ambiguous enough will
she
prompt the
all
detectives to
giggly
move
and
past
jolly
it,
and
which
shit.
is
Like she
obviously
don't know what the
ridiculous.
fuck.
They will now initiate the first confrontation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Never been arrested for this, right?
Initiate that confrontation.
You have a
She
7-year-old son, is that
think this
right?
shit is a joke.
Let me explain something to you.
Go ahead.
Alright? We talked to Gerald. Alright? Gerald can't barely tell you what day it is. Okay? So, and anybody who talks to him should know that. So if he asks you to do that, there's 2 problems we have here, isn't there? Let's start talking, let's agree with each other. There's 2
Go ahead,
problems,
press her
okay?
ass.
Over the next 8 minutes, Amelia confesses to the theft, but the Orange County Police have redacted the footage, albeit leaving 2 tiny segments.
You see that?
But it's not like I
No.
Yeah, shut the fuck up. She trying to make excuses. Hell no. It's too late. You snitched on yourself.
He's a really nice guy.
The footage resumed shortly after the confession. What you need to know is that the detective has just asked...
Bitch, you took advantage of him because he was a nice old guy. Yo, bitches is dumb. Bitches is dumb. Yeah, she's just saying anything at this point, bro. I'm telling y'all, she's just saying anything. She dead.
I don't want to say took advantage of him because he's a really nice guy.
The footage resumed shortly after the confession. What you need to know is the detective has just asked Amelia about her last correspondence with Cynthia, which is only for the purpose of shifting the focus of the interrogation onto her husband.
Last time, she was supposed to call me
Now she
back
gonna flip on him.
last week, Friday, I believe. And I haven't heard from her since.
Okay. Does anybody else talk to Cindy that you know? No?
Just me.
Why she think this shit is a joke? I can't.
Josh, did you ever talk to them?
No, he never spoke to me. He doesn't even know who we are.
Okay. What have you been at their house?
Him? He doesn't even know where they live. I don't even know where they live.
It's possible Josh went over there and you didn't know?
I mean, how would he know where they live, though?
That's not the question I was asking. Is it possible that he went over there?
Not that I know, no.
Yeah.
So you can't say for sure.
That fucking defense that she just put up. How would he even know where they live though? Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupid. That's dumb as hell. She shouldn't have said that bullshit. Because what she just did, bro, she's basically snitching on herself. What she really should have said is, why would he go over there? Why would he even go over there? She's saying, how would he know where they live? Bitch, you're supposed to shut down any attempt of them saying he went there. You're asking how. Like, this bitch is stupid as fuck, bruh. She is selling
Why
so
not?
hard.
Because he doesn't know he doesn't know them.
This bitch is so ass.
Did you say you that Cindy hasn't called you since then? She just stopped?
Well, she had told me that she was going to reach back out to me Friday.
So today
Trying
is
to be calm.
Thursday.
Damn.
It's been almost a week. She hasn't reached out to you at all. Have you reached out to her? How come?
I was going to call her, but she had told me she was going to call me. But I told her that I was going on vacation.
The investigator will now bring the discussion to Josh's whereabouts last Wednesday, the day Sean and Cynthia were murdered.
Did you, was there any night? I mean, does you normally go out with friends or anything like that?
We go out all the time, actually.
You guys go out. Did he go out without you at one point in time?
He went to Daytona. He went to Daytona either Wednesday or Thursday.
The victims were murdered on the Wednesday in Orlando. Daytona is an hour's drive away.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Went to Daytona? Why did you go to Daytona?
Time?
She asserts they got in a fight and he just left and turned his phone off the entire night.
And when was the last time before that you had a fight where you went to Daytona?
Maybe a couple weeks before that.
What's in Daytona?
And then he went this week too again.
Where is he going in Daytona?
I have no clue.
She asserts that Josh left midday and returned at roughly 9 a.m. the next morning, claiming to have been out with his friends. The second detective will now contribute and engage the suspect from a completely different angle.
Yeah, tag team Mirage.
You obviously researched some things, and
Tag
your
team
relationship with Matthew was abusive. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Matthew is Amelia's ex-boyfriend.
Now
How's
you gotta
your
get in her head
relationship
and
with Josh?
confuse her. Hell yeah. That's how y'all do it.
I mean, we fight a lot.
That's what they do in the movie.
When was the last time?
Like nothing crazy. Like 2 weeks ago.
What happened 2 weeks ago?
He went through. I went out with a few friends, and I guess someone texted me and like flipped out.
Has his behavior changed recently? No. Has he ever threatened to kill you? Have you ever seen any violent tendencies other than...
He gets really angry.
Okay.
He like yells.
What happens when he gets really angry?
I mean, he yells really loud. He like punches stuff like the wall. So like that.
Are we safe to assume that Julian's the most important person in your life?
Absolutely, 100%.
Fucking course.
Are you scared, Josh?
No.
If he did something wrong that put your son and your son's future and your future in jeopardy, would you tell us about it?
Of course.
I'm fine. I got a few more things. Like Detective Ray said, I think you're kind of at this crossroads right now, okay? You got Josh, who you probably love, and he's your husband, okay? But you also have Julian. And you got a picture of that little boy, you got a picture of not being able to watch him grow up. Think about that for a second. Think about being put somewhere very far away from him, and the only way you're going to have contact with him is through letters. You're going to get pictures in jail, in prison.
Yeah, now she wanna get to crying. Now she wanna get to crying. Don't do all that crying now, bitch. You wasn't doing all that crying when you was scaring old folks and all that extra shit, right? You wasn't doing all that crying when.
Maybe that's your parents. Maybe somebody else will try to take him away from him.
Hey, cut the
I'm not saying
bullshit.
that's just gonna happen. No, we're
Cut
not
the
saying we're gonna
bullshit.
take your kids away
Cut
from
the
him.
bullshit.
You gotta start
Crocodile
thinking
tears.
hard
Hell no.
about
Shut the fuck up. Feel me?
If Josh screwed up, he screwed up. That's not on you. Anything you know about that, we need to know about. He messed us up. He did this. He did this.
Now they trying to get.
And I don't want to go in there and have them tell me you told him to go to.
This how they get a confession. They try to get you to flip on your mans, you feel me? Or on your partner or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And after they do that, they get you to say some shit to confess that something happened. And she's totally gonna fall for it. Like, this bitch is weak. Bro, she was acting all big and bad, laughing, taking this shit as a joke. Now they both got into her head and shit. And now she folding. And she about to fold again on her husband. Like, this bitch ain't shit. This bitch ain't shit. I swear, bro. Yo.
This whole thing.
Bro, this is sad.
As you may have noticed, the detectives haven't mentioned the murders yet. They've been keeping it as open as possible in the hope she will volunteer the element herself.
We can't do this anymore. Now's the time. Tell us what he did. So you can look at your son and say, I did the right thing in the end. What did he do? We need to know.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to.
Listen, you have to trust us. Okay?
I don't want to get in
Did that
trouble.
nigga just say you have to trust us?
I don't
Yo,
want to
he
get in trouble for
dirty.
any of this. Nothing to do with
Dirty.
this.
That's what they all say, bro. I promise.
I don't know the severity of what he did.
And there we have it. What appeared to be the brink of a very compelling confession wasn't. Amelia remains obtuse while subtly trying to bargain for some type of clemency, and this repeats itself for the next 3.5 minutes until the lead detective decides that he's had enough. He will now reveal the extent of the investigation's evidence and get to the real reason why she's sitting in this interrogation room.
She's fucking fried. She's fried.
They're both dead.
What?
Yeah. They're
Fuck
dead.
you mean what? You knew.
So, now
You
we
knew.
need-
Come on.
Okay.
How did they die?
To the murder.
Where?
Yo, she's so fucking terrible at playing dumb. Like,
It's okay.
we know you had a big helping hand in that shit. Come on now. You not slick, Genki.
For all of
Come
this, I
on.
talked to them. You took money from your father. This was not an amicable, let's talk about this.
No, of course, yeah. I
Hey,
don't
it's not
like
even
that.
funny, but this
Cool.
bitch is just.
This is how you get in trouble for murder.
Me?
Yeah, let me explain it to you, okay? Let me explain it to you.
With your aiding and
This is
abetting
how you get in trouble
ass.
for it, okay? If we find out in any stretch of the imagination, in any way, shape, or form, that you're providing some type of alibi
What is that?
to Josh, that you're telling us he was somewhere where he wasn't, that you're lying to us about where he was, what you know, what you don't know, about the gun, about any of it. If we find that out, guess what you become?
I better.
I don't know.
You become a principal.
Yeah.
Principal to homicide in the first degree.
Fuck.
I don't want to go to jail and do anything, so if whatever you
Yeah,
guys
you
need
did.
to know, I can tell you as
Yes,
much
we
as I
need to
want.
know. We need to know what Josh did. We need to know anything that you know about it. You need to tell us, okay? You need to. This is the time right now, all right? You gotta understand that, okay? What did he tell you?
Spit it out. You're gonna fold anyway. Just
My
spit it out.
biggest thing right now is I need to know that I'm going home.
This is one of the few things police can't actually lie about. They can't make promises with respect to sentencing in exchange for
This bitch
compliance, as this
delusional.
would render an interrogation inadmissible. They can divert and deflect from the element to avoid shutting it down altogether, but they absolutely must not substantiate it as a guarantee.
I need to know that I'm going to see my son. I need to know that I have no part of this whatsoever.
Listen, if you didn't know he was going to go over there and do that, then that's
I have no...
Listen, you don't want me to go in there and him tell me, guess what? I went over there, she gave me the address, she told me to go over there and take care of the problem. You understand that? What if he says that?
I didn't do anything. I didn't even know
Right,
that you
so I'm so
Oh my
listen.
god.
Listen, I was just
Not
going
now,
where she
bitch.
told me to go.
It's too late.
Alright? She told me this is all her idea. Then again, this is what I'm saying. You gotta wonder, if he's put his hands on you and if he's done things to you in the past, do you think he's got any loyalty to you whatsoever? Or do you think you have a problem putting you squarely in the middle of this?
I do not want to go to jail. I don't. Like, if I get fired, okay, let me get fired at work, but I don't want to go to jail.
We need to be able to go to them and say she's completely 100% honest and truthful with us. We didn't have to give her a polygraph. We didn't have to do any of that stuff, because she knows everything, okay?
And then if I do tell you everything, Mom, I promise I'm not going to go to jail.
Well, again, we can't make you promises, but what we can say is...
The investigator is clutching at straws trying to navigate this element, literally. He will now provide a very generic compromise which Amelia will immediately see through, and in exactly 2 seconds, she will shake her head, as if to say, no deal.
What we can absolutely say is she was 100% truthful with us, she was remorseful, she didn't leave anything out, she told us. Now, Detective Murray and I are not going to sit here right now and say you're being 100% completely honest with us. There's stuff that's eating at you. It's bothering you, right? It's eating at you. There's things that you know that you want to get out, but you're just scared.
Yes, I'm scared.
Okay, well, you know what? That's something we're going to have to work through, okay? But we can work through that stuff.
Amelia takes the advice and tries to work on her issues.
I want to know that I'm not going to go to jail. Like, that's what I want to know. I didn't do anything. I didn't conspire anything. My intention is not to hurt anybody.
Like, get that through your thick skull. Like, pull your hair fucking back and listen. You're done.
If you withhold this information, or if you lie about it,
Oh my
you're not just going to go to
God,
jail. You're going to go to prison for a very, very long time.
Which I don't want to go to either or. I don't want to do either
Tell
or.
this man everything you know, tell the truth, and it starts from there, Amelia.
Okay. When she had called me about the whole situation,
She repeats how her conversation went with Cynthia.
and then she told me on Friday that she was going to go into the branch. I told her if she wants to come, she can come and see me on Friday. And I haven't heard from her since.
She's still giving the detectives absolutely nothing they can use, so they reinstate the pressure.
You don't want to be wrapped up in this. You didn't do this, okay? He's bringing this on you. You understand what I'm saying? He's bringing this on you. So I don't think there's a loyalty
right now. She's not taking advantage of the advantage right now. So
I don't care about him. At this point,
okay, that's kind of where I'm at too.
At
I
this
think
point, I care about
you're in a
myself.
self-preservation mode. Okay,
Absolutely,
right.
I'm not.
So I don't understand something.
I don't want to go to jail.
You're gonna have a journey ahead of you.
Of
Okay?
course.
And again, it starts here and it starts now. And it starts with how you want to see this journey through, okay? You did some wrong stuff. You made mistakes. Nobody's going to crucify you for that, okay? You're a young woman. You're a smart woman. I think you're in a volatile relationship with somebody who treats you very badly. I think you're in a relationship where he manipulates you, it sounds like. It sounds like he puts his hands on you. You're in a bad spot. You have your child.
Amelia starts giving away more information, starting from the morning after the victims were killed.
When he got home the next day, he came home like around 9 o'clock. My mom was with me on the side of my house, and we were trying to figure out like where was he, what was he doing. He was nervous when he got home.
Okay.
He was really nervous.
And that's the extent of what she says. She acts like she's beginning to cooperate, then just doesn't, and it's become a pattern at this point.
Are you telling us the truth that when you walked in this room, you had no idea those two people were dead?
No, I had no clue.
Okay.
I just want to go home. That's all I want to do is I want to go home.
And so then Wednesday, after he dropped Julian off, did he go to work on Wednesday?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Did you work that day?
I didn't. I worked all weekend in
like, bitch, be for real. You're not going home. Like, you're not going nowhere. You're you're stuck in his room.
Well, Josh is here. Okay, and you're at least going to stay here. We're done talking with him.
Of course.
Okay. Do you want anything to eat? Okay. You got a snack bar down there.
I'm not hungry. My
Okay.
stomach is just...
Might as well get real comfortable in there, because he would have been that bitch for a minute. I promise you. I swear.
Sorry, am I done or?
And she over here laughing, happy as hell, thinking shit's sweet, you know what I'm saying? You gonna go home, you know what I'm saying? She gonna flip the whole thing on her boyfriend. She gonna go free. Bitch, you are going to jail. Going to jail.
We're gonna have to see.
Jail. Fuck wrong with her?
We're interested in seeing what Josh says.
I gotta just sit in here?
I don't even want to be funny. This bitch is making this shit a joke, so I gotta make it.
This is obviously not the last you'll see of Amelia, and you're now about to see the opening phase of her husband's interrogation, who unbeknownst to her had been waiting in the room directly adjacent for just over 2 hours. The detectives will enter his room 18 minutes after they left Amelia's.
2 hours? Yeah, I mean, he just fell.
Thanks. Hey, how you doing? Charles? Cold? It's cold.
Yeah, it's cold in here too.
That might warm you up a little bit.
Yeah, it's cold.
Alright, Josh, well, let me explain to you what's going on, obviously, I'm sure you want to know. Got a couple things we need to go over first before we do that. So you have the right to remain silent, do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything to get you to talk to me?
No.
Okay. Okay. I don't know, let me ask you this question, I'm gonna throw this out to you. Why do you think you're sitting here right now?
Here we go.
I honestly have no idea.
No idea?
No idea.
Okay. Have you, well, let me ask you this question. What was the last bank account that you opened?
This is an indirect confrontation about the theft. The context is that he recently opened an account for Amelia's son Julian at Bank of America, which is where they hid the 50 grand.
Bank of America.
Okay. In whose name?
And my name is Julian.
Okay. Tell me about that.
He explains the process of opening an account for a minor at Bank of America. He mentions nothing of the stolen money and continues to act oblivious. The investigator doesn't confront him. He instead sharply switches the discourse to a more threatening element. You'll notice this interrogation moves at a much faster pace than the one you just saw.
Do you want a farm?
I did. I actually bought one last week, Monday.
The detectives already knew this, so he does the smart thing and volunteers the information, but also feels the need to immediately clarify how there is no possible way for that gun to have been involved in any shady activity since its purchase. So Josh's explanation is that he drove halfway up a bridge while he was in Daytona and threw it off.
And you threw it off the overpass?
Yeah.
Was it all in one piece?
Yeah. All in one piece.
That
What
nigga fucking
caliber was
lying.
that gun?
He's fucking lying.
It was a 9mm.
He knows he's
How
fucking
many
lying.
ammunition did you put in it?
I didn't have any ammunition inside of it.
You didn't have any ammunition inside of it?
No.
Did you buy ammunition for it when you bought it?
No.
Okay. Well, I just get a little confused. So, explain to me your reasoning as to why you threw this gun off this pier.
I had a
Yeah, he just, yeah,
I guess a relapse
you
or what
stupid
happened.
nigga.
What Josh meant to say here is that he had a flashback, and what he's talking about is the fact that he accidentally shot himself in the leg with his own gun while
He just set himself the fuck up. He just set himself the fuck up. Why would you reveal something so guilty, like throwing your gun off a fucking bridge, knowing that you're gonna have to come up with a story for why you did that shit? You just set yourself. Congrats, you just played yourself, nigga. You just set yourself up. You dumb as fuck. You always one stupid nigga. I ain't gonna hold you.
while getting out of the car to go bowling. And now everyone
That was
calls him
necessary.
Cheddar Bob, the fictional character in the 8 Mile movie who also accidentally shot himself in the leg with his own gun.
I don't know, like, some shit happens again by accident.
I guess that's where I get a little concerned. My thing is, you guys are kind of hurt for money, sounds like. I mean, you're working now. But
Yeah, I'm working out, so things
you
are
spent $250 in cash on this gun.
Yeah.
It's a pawn shop.
Mm-hmm.
Pawn shops are pretty good. I mean, usually you can go back and pawn
Yeah,
guns,
but I
right?
was like, at that very moment, I was like, anything could fucking happen. And I'm like,
But it's not loaded.
it wasn't like, yeah.
So right now you got basically a paperweight.
Yeah.
So it's not dangerous to you at that point in time.
Mm-hmm. But for me, mentality-wise, I wasn't thinking like that. I just threw it.
Josh, listen.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for something very, very serious, okay?
Okay.
Let's walk through this a little bit, okay?
Mhm.
What are we missing?
Well, I think I mean, told you guys where I was, what I was doing. I mean,
Come on,
you
buddy.
can check our phone records too.
You know what's really being talked about. Don't play stupid, nigga.
The reason
Don't
he
play
gave for
stupid,
being
my
in
boy.
Daytona was because he was fighting with Amelia, which is what he just referred to, but of much greater interest and perceptibly out of nowhere. The detective will now initiate the confrontation.
Explain this to me, okay?
Go ahead.
How is it that you wound up at Cynthia's house, Cynthia's apartment, over on Jefferson? Because I have eyewitnesses that put you there.
I was never at her place.
Okay. Alright.
Notice how he didn't inquire into who Cynthia is or why she was even brought up in the discussion. He just immediately denies the very sudden and seemingly random allegation. But more to the purpose, you'll have noticed how the detective hasn't outright accused him of murder, only placed him at the scene. This is because he's about to provide Josh with an escape route, a morally acceptable explanation as to why he would be there. He's basically trying to get one foot in the door and attain the first level of admission.
These sneaky ass detectives.
You were there. Well, I need to know why you were there. You understand what I'm saying? If there's some innocent reason,
Be playing dirty. You just gotta be smart.
I need to know why. So why did you go there? Did you go there to tell them that you were going to pay back?
This is the face of someone falling for the oldest trick in the book, on the very first attempt. You're about to see him seize what he believes to be the unique opportunity to save himself, at the expense of his wife.
Well, okay. Can we clear this whole thing out?
What's up?
Okay. So, Amelia was freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Long story short, I did chuck my gun over the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Simple as that.
Okay.
The next 2 minutes of footage has also been cut out. What you need to know is that Josh has now conceded to knowing about the fraud, and that he did in fact go over to Cynthia's house on the day in question, but only to let her know they would be paying her back, which you might recall was the exact reason afforded to him by the detective. The rest of what he spoke on will now be relayed back to him.
If I'm understanding you right, you're saying Amelia is the one that talked to somebody to take care of that?
Yeah, no, I don't.
Why?
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, how do you know that?
Well, there was a kid that came to our house.
What's his name?
Jay something. I don't know his phone. I've seen him once at my house.
So Amelia's so scared about this and worried about this. And you explain to me, so who kept on calling her and wouldn't leave her alone?
I think it was the same Cynthia lady. I didn't ask any questions. She said, oh, somebody keeps calling me. She said one of Gerald's families. I said, okay, that's fine. Then some kid came to our house at 11 o'clock at night.
She gave him $10,000 to what?
I have no idea. And from my
What do you
understanding,
think she gave him $10,000 for?
to kill him or something. I don't know. I have no idea.
When did you find out about this? Before?
Yeah.
Unlucky Josh, wrong answer. You just told on yourself in your own made-up story, and you're going to jail no matter what. But the detectives really won't care about this, because they want to send him to jail forever, not just a few years.
He's
I
fucked.
think it was.
This nigga just made a fucking mess that he can't fucking clean up. You dumb as hell.
The Saturday or Sunday before you went over there on Tuesday?
Nigga so stupid. Shit is
Josh's
amazing.
imagination goes on for another 6 minutes. The detective doesn't even bother following up with questions. He just goes straight back to confrontation.
If it's something that got out of hand versus something that you planned, that's a whole different ballgame. You understand what I'm saying? If you plan this out, that's a bad thing. But if it got out of hand, if you went back just to try it off, and it got out of hand, that's a whole different ballgame. You understand what I mean? Okay? That changes everything. But I don't know that until I hear it from you. Right now, this all I know is what we have.
The detective will now accelerate the pressure over the next 43 seconds. You will notice he is very good at conveying tone. It's not just what he says, but the way he says it, and you're about to see this have an effect on the suspect.
Like I said, this is going to go away. And this is going to be something that's going to eat at you. It's going to eat at you until you get it out.
Getting into his head. Hey, he getting into his head. He being dirty right now,
Go
bro.
back.
He's being dirty as hell. I don't know what he doing.
Now's your time to say, you know what? This got out of hand. I'm sorry. You understand what I'm saying? Remorse goes a long, long way. What happened? Let's work through this.
I just don't want to get nobody else in trouble.
Okay.
What What Josh means here is that he doesn't want to get anybody else in trouble other than his wife, and he very much associates himself with the category of anybody else. He still really doesn't want to get into trouble. All that's happened here is the detective was applying an effective variation of pressure, and the suspect crumbled like a deck chair, well and truly folded like an overcooked noodle. And he now feels like he has to act like a good person, so he starts providing details with a profound demeanor as if he's unveiling something significant. But you'll notice that nothing changes with regard to his culpability, and his intention of implicating Amelia to save himself has not changed in the slightest.
This is fucking
Listen, if you love Amelia, you're gonna put her under the bus? You don't want to do that, do you?
I'm just scared for everybody.
I know you're scared. I know you're scared.
I mean, at that point, nigga, bro, listen to me. Let me tell y'all something. You put me in that interrogation room, nigga, and when my homeboys, when my other niggas or associates is in that bitch, if I know them well enough, nigga, bro, they getting crumpled on. I'm sorry, they getting folded on. Especially if I didn't do that shit, but this ain't the case. This nigga, he had to be the one that did that shit, but nigga, I'm telling you, if I was it, bruh, that was me, nigga. I'm sorry, y'all niggas all getting folded on, nigga. I'm not doing no jail time for nobody, nigga. What the fuck y'all niggas think this is? Especially if I know you ain't solid, nigga. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. For what I'm saying, y'all niggas is all going down. 100 years. Everybody going, getting up out of this bitch. Fuck, like, we not in the game, we not in the ring, we not, like, nigga. Yo, y'all niggas is going. I come first, nigga. I'm the king. I come first. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all niggas is all gay. Bye-bye. Y'all niggas not coming home. I'm sorry. It gotta be that way.
They left there
It is what it is.
maybe 10
That nigga trying, that nigga doing the same thing, but he actually did that shit. So it's not like he could blame it on somebody else. Nigga, he did that shit.
The same guy came up to my car. He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I wanted to talk to her to get the number." And he's like, "Oh, Amelia, or Jay sent me here." I'm like, "Sent you here for what?" And he was like, he had a gun to my head. And he said, he's like, "I know you have a gun. Give me your gun and leave." I left and went to Alchemy. Didn't throw the gun over the pier. He had the gun. I went back to Alchemy. I drove to Daytona. Came back home at like 5:30 in the morning. And that was it.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Why did you put a gun in your head and take your gun?
I don't know. All I know is Amelia paid them $10,000.
Put a gun to your gun and take your gun?
I don't know why she paid them.
Yeah, this nigga's dumb as hell. This nigga's, he just saying, bro, shit is just coming out of his ass at this point.
You know you're making this hole that much bigger. You know that. That doesn't make any sense.
Like, this nigga being dumb, he playing stupid.
No. I mean, how would these people know where to find you, and then all of a sudden they found you and took your gun?
Yeah, they would've just killed his ass.
You know who throws a gun over a bridge? And that's what I really think happened to this day. He threw the gun over the bridge. We know you went to Daytona because we got the receipt, everything else that you went to Daytona. We know you got gas over there.
Like, what's happening right now, this nigga is a glass. He's absolute see-through right now. This nigga is not making no sense. This nigga one of those. He definitely didn't plan no alibi. He had no plan. He probably just crashed out and this was all the last minute. And saying, oh yeah, we gonna do this, no thinking went behind this shit. You could tell. Because these niggas is sloppy as hell with it. It's like the work of like some 16-year-old kids that got carried away or something. Like these niggas.
What makes more sense is, I mean, you threw a gun because you used it. Yes, Josh. When people come in here and tell us, I was driving around for a while and I can't remember where I went or I don't, I know exactly what's going on there, okay? And for you not to tell us that you went to the apartment, there's a reason why, all right? So again, this is not to figure out who, it's to figure out why. And this is your time. This is you.
We've talked to Amelia already.
The suspect is sticking to his new storyline, so just like with Amelia, the second detective will engage him from a different angle.
And we asked her, who's the most important person in Josh's life? And she said, I would assume it's me. And I said, he's not going to do or say anything that's going to jeopardize your future, right? And she goes, I wouldn't think so. So when I asked Amelia who's the most important person in her life, what do you think she said?
Me.
Yeah. And
We presume this falsehood was intended to evoke a sense of empathy from Josh towards his wife, perhaps with the hope that it would motivate him to protect her, and as a result start being honest. But all it seems to do is bolster his confidence in his new fantasy novel.
you're over here saying that she paid somebody to kill these people.
Yes.
So my thing is,
Open your
That-
fucking eyes, bro.
Straight up. I was there. My gun was taken from me by some black guy that said he knew Jay. Amelia gave him 10.
But that's where we going. That's where we going, nigga. Oh yeah.
one of you is a really
Oh,
awful
he's done.
person.
A black
You know,
guy.
someone is letting their spouse go to prison for the rest of their life for something that they.
This nigga is reaching for the fucking stars. Really? This is fucking amazing.
Is it you or her?
What the fuck does that even mean?
I don't have a bone in me to kill anybody.
So, I'm trying to figure out how they took the gun from you. Explain that. Walk me through that.
Okay, I was sitting in my car
Where?
Hold on.
in front of
What the
their
fuck?
apartment.
We just
One
got
time.
astray. What the
This
fuck?
was 10 something.
Before, okay.
And they said they were sitting there around the corner.
Like this nigga's not even trying to fucking lie. This nigga, this nigga's just
How
saying
did you know that?
anything that comes to his fucking
I don't
mouth.
know.
What do you mean you don't know?
What do you mean? How do we-
Well, they said they were sitting around the corner. How did you know that?
Like,
He told me, he's like,
this
"We were
nigga doesn't give
watching
a
you.
He must
You
not
were
give a fuck
talking to
about
this
his life.
lady. What's going on? Did you tell her that Jay, you spoke to Jay? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I came to talk to this lady to try to resolve an issue. And he put a gun to my head and he said, I know you have a gun on me. I don't know how he knew that I had a gun on me
Mm-hmm.
in the first place. He took my gun and he said, leave.
What did that guy look like?
Probably 6'5".
That's a rather unambiguous height for a professional hitman. You would think they would sort of need to blend in, but that's probably why his rates were so cheap.
Bald black guy. All
Not-
black clothes.
Like African American?
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, if I may, you know what I see? I see somebody who's trying to explain the disappearance of a gun, and see, the only reason we would explain the disappearance of the gun is because it was used in something. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
John,
I'm telling
no,
you.
listen, hold on a second. Why on earth would this guy need to come up to you? Okay? First of all,
It's the same
no,
guy.
listen, you want to say that they happen to be there at the same time you are
It's going
now.
in circles.
Okay? They just happened to be there at the same time you were, and he happened to know that you had a gun, and he happened to put a gun to your head and take your gun away from you. That's what you want people to believe. Does that, I mean, just listening to it said by somebody else, does that make a lot of sense to you? Why does he need your gun?
Nigga
Why?
is
I don't know.
cooked.
All I know is
He had a gun.
I went there at between 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish. Talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
I come out, I go and sit in my car, I'm vaping, have my window down.
And a very tall black guy takes his gun at gunpoint, while being courteous enough to provide a thorough explanation of why he's doing so. You've heard it before, as have the investigators, so they close out the initial phase of Josh's interrogation.
Alright, we'll be back in just a minute then. We'll talk to her some more then.
It's now approximately 16:30 hours.
Blanket or something.
Yeah, well, I think my one partner tried to find you one.
It's cold.
We now have to go back an hour and 40 minutes to begin Amelia's phase
Congrats,
2, where
nigga.
phase 1 left off.
You fucking
Okay,
failed.
so if you remember
Going
something,
to jail, buddy.
well, listen.
I mean, these niggas don't even try. Like, god damn, bro. I mean, you would think your life is on the line, so you gotta put in some effort. But these niggas think this shit is fucking.
40 minutes go by with Amelia fidgeting with her nails, attempting to sleep, and pacing back and forth in the
think
room.
this shit is
She
all
then
flowers
knocks on
and
the door.
roses?
The officer who made her arrest will now answer. It's apparent that he's built some level of trust with the suspect.
Hi, is the two detectives there?
They're busy right now. I can relay something to them, but it may be a little bit. What do you need?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'll let it go.
Okay. You want to talk to them though?
I'm cold and I just want to talk to them.
Okay. I will look for a blanket for you, and then I can't help you to talk until they're done. But I'll let me go get you a blanket, okay?
Okay.
It's too long. I know you're cold.
Okay.
Hey, you need to talk. You need to get out from underneath this big time. Did I tell you who they work for?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're homicide detectives, so.
I know.
And they want you to be a witness, not a suspect.
Okay.
So the only way it's gonna happen is you gotta talk to them.
That's why I want to talk to them because I just don't want to be involved in any of this. Like,
Okay.
I don't want any part of this. I want to be able to go home.
Okay.
Because
Do you know what happened?
I do.
What happened?
Well, it's about this whole check situation.
Well, we're not talking about the check situation. We're talking about the homicide part. What do you know?
My husband called these people.
So now they going back and forth. He said she did it. She said he didn't let them.
He got their address and he went over there. All he kept saying to me
When them
was,
niggas took their vows and said I do, them niggas was fucking lying, yo. Them niggas was fucking lying to everybody in the crowd, lying to themselves, lying to the preacher, lying to their parents, lying to God. Like, I mean, come on, y'all think it. Yo, it's embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
I'll take care of it.
What did he tell you afterwards?
When he got home, he didn't really speak to me.
Gotta do
Okay,
what you
but
gotta do.
eventually he told you what happened.
It's sad,
He didn't
but
tell me that he killed anybody.
Where's the gun?
He got rid of it.
Where?
Daytona.
How do you know?
He told me.
Okay, so he tells you he's getting rid of a gun, but he doesn't tell you he murdered someone. Did he tell you he murdered someone? See, that's the part you can't hold back from. So yeah, I'm trying to be honest with you. In fact, I have no...
If I say all of these things, will I get in trouble?
If you don't say any of these things, you're definitely going to get in trouble.
He didn't tell me he killed him. He said I handled the situation. He
Did
never...
he describe how, what?
He never physically said, like, what he did or if anything was done.
Did he say he shot him?
Well, I'm guessing he had his gun, so...
Don't guess. Did he tell you that he shot him?
Yes.
He said he shot him. Where did he go?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't say anything.
But he said he shot him. Okay, and then after... Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
at
He
this
told
point,
me if I say anything, then he'll kill me.
you don't even know if this bitch is lying or not, because this bitch is so much of a fucking horrible and good liar at the same fucking time. To believe some shit she's saying and some shit. Like, bro,
But
like,
you, when they come back in here,
shit is sad.
everything. Okay?
I just don't want anyone to think that I didn't know that it was gonna, I didn't know that this was gonna happen. Why would he do something like, it's just like, why would you do something so stupid? And it's just two innocent people. Like, it's just, like, why?
Don't worry about it.
She's trying to rescue
Listen, I'm
herself.
gonna get
Get
them.
the
They're
fuck
talking
out.
to someone right now. But I'm gonna have them come here and talk to you, okay?
And they put me in the middle of this. A child.
Don't worry. I'll be back in a minute.
The detectives re-enter Amelia's room an hour later. It's been 12 minutes since they finished the first phase of Josh's interrogation.
Hey. All right, we'll see.
Catch a blanket, huh?
Okay, so Amelia, yeah, we were talking a little bit more. Josh, told you, I guess apparently when we first, you said he took care of business when he got home that day. Okay,
Yes.
there's more information, correct?
Yes.
Okay,
She repeats what she told the arresting officer. The second detective will now clarify that Josh's main accusations are false.
So as we sit here right now,
Yes.
Josh telling us that you paid Jay Prasad to kill these people, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
And that's all they need from suspect number 1.
God, this is insane.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Hi, Amelia. The
Bitch,
time
you're
is
not
now
any better.
approximately 17:37 hours. That concludes this interview.
I just don't understand why I'm like,
I think we've tried to explain it to you.
I understand that, but I don't want to go to prison for something I didn't do. For something I didn't have a part of. For something that I didn't.
Bitch, you definitely had a part. Don't get it fucked up now.
I just wish you would tell the truth.
Bro, she swears she's so innocent. Like, bro, you are guilty as fuck. That shit is written all over her forehead, all over her
The
fucking
detectives
face.
re-enter Josh's room 14 minutes later at
We're
5:52 p.m. The other narrator will now be taking
How many
you through the
minutes later?
Josh's room 14 minutes later at 5:52 p.m. The other narrator will now be taking you through the second phase of his interrogation.
Better?
Putting everything else aside, just imagine being Josh right now. One moment you're in dreamland, and the next you're
Fuck, I
jolted
did
back
voice.
into interrogation room reality, being asked if the blanket is helping with the cold by the guy who's controlling the thermostat.
Yeah.
So obviously we want to follow up with you because, we went back and talked to Amelia. And, again, we're just trying to understand. She's saying one thing, you're saying another, and we think probably the truth's somewhere in the middle. You understand what we're saying?
Yeah.
I probably asked you this already, Josh, but when did you hear about this murder, about these people being killed?
Maybe. I think Wednesday. Not even.
Please.
I didn't even really. Probably Thursday.
Okay. Did you see their pictures or figure out who they were?
I saw the pictures and I was like, holy shit.
And what did you think?
I was like, what the hell is going on?
Okay. Did you ask your wife about what happened?
I didn't ask her anything.
Why not? I mean, to me that would seem like a natural thing.
For me, well, I asked her, hey, did you talk to Cynthia? And she didn't answer me. Did you ever tell your wife that you killed these two people, and if she said anything, you would kill her? No. And her whole family? No. Never.
Yo, that is dark as fuck. That is dark as hell.
Have you told us the truth today? Yeah. Okay. You initially lied about the gun. I'll say that on recording. I'm scared as shit. I lied about the gun. But from when I left the house at about 3:30, somewhere around there,
You shouldn't have said you lied about the fucking gun. You shouldn't have. This nigga's a dumbass, bro. You later up. Let me tell y'all what's gonna happen later along the line somewhere. He's gonna get caught up. He's gonna need some sort of defense that the gun isn't there or whatever the case may be, and then he can't use it because he just said and he confirmed he'll say it on recording that the gun. You feel what I'm saying? That the gun, that the story with the gun didn't happen or whatever. Like, this nigga keeps fucking up. Like, that's why he's sitting in the room he's in right now. I don't even feel bad for this dumbass. This nigga's so fucking stupid.
Sean answered the door, and I sat and talked with both of them like they were family to me. Okay. But after I got done talking to them around 11 o'clock, I got in my car, sat down. I was vaping in my car. The last apartment's here. Right. There's a dumpster here. Yeah. I was sitting in my car here vaping. He came from this way. Literally, like, I don't know where, blindside, because there was a white car parked next to me. Right. Why did you decide to sit there and vape? I was trying to get a hold of Amelia. And that's when he came up to my car and was like, yo, give me a piece. He saw my gun in the center console. And I froze. I couldn't move. I was like, listen. I was like, don't. He was like, give me a piece. Would you have expected your wife to say that you did this if you didn't do it? Are things that bad? I mean, she said I forced her to get married. So, but I mean, she's basically sending you to prison for the rest of your life. I would never expect that from her at all.
You gotta understand something here, okay?
Okay.
If you care about Julian at all, do you really care about that kid?
Yeah, I do. I love him like he's my own.
So let's talk about the only innocent person in this whole thing, amongst you guys,
correct,
is Julian.
Yes.
This little 7-year-old boy that you take to school every day, that you love like your own. You're willing to see his mother go to jail for the rest of her life, is what you're telling me. Because you're basically saying that she paid this guy Jay to go kill her.
He trying to save himself.
And the grandson. Fine. If that's the way you want to go, then guess what? When she gets in trouble for it, she's going away. Then Julian grows up without a mother, okay? Now, I don't know about that, but to me, if that's not the case, that's a really shitty thing to do.
I understand that.
And you have to, well, okay.
And that's why I'm telling you now, if that's what it has to be, it has to be because for me, all I know is she gave Jay the money.
And you're saying these two people are dead because of it?
And I don't know if that's the reason why. All I know is Amelia.
How could you say you don't know that's the reason why?
I remember this day. I was sitting on the toilet. She
I don't
said,
want to hear about sitting on the toilet.
I'm going to talk to Jay.
Right.
He said, we were watching you. We know why you're here. And I said,
they both ain't shit.
Okay, what the fuck?
They both ain't shit. Y'all tell you.
I was vaping in this hand. And I was vaping. And all I felt was something pressed against my head. I put my vape down, grabbed my gun, and I gave it to him.
He rambles for another minute before the detective sharply cuts him off and accelerates the pressure.
Josh, it's just going to keep compounding, Josh. Compounding and compounding, and it's not going away. And I told you from the beginning, if this is something that happened that got out of control, then we can understand it, and that works. You're got your back up against the wall.
If I tell you the truth, will Amelia get in trouble?
Huh?
If I tell you the truth, will Amelia get in trouble?
No, if you tell us the truth, no.
I don't want anything to happen to her.
Okay, we need this.
Yeah, right.
So just like in phase 1, he's about to alter a minor detail in the narrative that changes absolutely nothing. But you have to appreciate his acting chops. Just get a load of this theatrical exhale in about 3 seconds.
She needs this. Julian needs this. What happened?
That Thursday night, she told me she's gonna call Jake.
Hey, he tried it though.
Take care of it.
I tried. Gotta give it to
I don't
him.
want her to get in trouble for this. I'll take them. Whatever it is you have to give to her, I'll take it. I'll take it.
It was you, nigga.
Yeah, what you just said is really no different from what you've been telling us all day. I mean, that's...
Let's stack this all up, okay? Your gun's gone. We don't know who took it. It just happens to be gone. The brand new gun that you bought. And you sat here for, 15 minutes telling us why you threw it over a bridge.
Josh looks pretty sad that his last piece of admission didn't have any effect. In about 30 seconds, he's going to try again, but up the intensity.
All right? Every time I keep pointing out something to you that just doesn't make sense, you keep flipping it. You keep changing it, okay? That doesn't look good, all right?
He knows what he's doing. It's just not working. That's the problem. It's just not working, nigga. You feel me? You gotta try harder. More effort. Come on.
Is Jay that big of a guy? Does he have that kind of people?
He said he knows people.
What did he say? Let's talk about the conversation you had with him about what he was going to do.
It's kind of like he's auditioning for the next Star Wars movie, and he's about to rehearse the most breathtaking fucking paragraph in the history of the franchise.
That night, Amelia came back in the house.
The additional piece of detail he provides is that Jay originally asked Amelia for 25 grand, not 10.
So why would you say this before? I don't want her, so she won't get in trouble if I tell you this. Why did you say that?
I don't want her to get in trouble for this.
Well, then tell us the truth. How about that?
That is the truth.
Oh, everything we've talked about. Why now? All of a sudden, the gun going off the bridge, all these different things have not been the truth. Now all of a sudden you are telling us the truth. Why is that?
I just want to make things
Clock it.
Oh, I don't
Clock
think
that.
you do.
Clock that shit right there. They clock that shit right there.
Josh, I think you shot and killed these people.
Yeah. You have a big decision to make. You've already messed up as
are
much as
hitting
and
this
then
nigga
you're gonna let
left
her
and
go
right.
down.
You don't know what to do.
You really want to take her down with you? What do you have to gain? What are you going to get from taking her down with you? What is there to gain? Nothing.
You have an absolute motive, too, to have these people killed. All those things add up to a circumstantial case for first-degree murder. And your answer to it is, this is her. She's driving this boat. Josh, I think you shot and killed these people.
Oh!
You have a big decision to make.
He's done. He's done.
You've already messed up as much as, and then you're gonna let her go down.
He's cooked.
You really want to take her down with you?
They just slapped that nigga with the truth. He's fucking finished.
What are you gonna get from taking her down with you? What is there to gain?
Once they just tell you
Nothing.
that they think you guilty of whatever the shit is,
You have an absolute motive, too, to have these
you're
people killed.
fucked.
All those things add up to a circumstantial case for first-degree murder. And your answer to it is, this is her. She's driving this boat.
She is.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but she is.
He's staying on business though.
Again, like you said, one way or another, you got a lot to deal with. Your story just doesn't make any sense. And
These niggas did not think this shit through.
for you, again, to take immunity down, I guess I'm kind of, at this point.
I'm not being selfish. My thing is, we've been together for 7 years, and I've done the world and back with this girl regarding her son, herself, with her baby daddy problems, and
She says you're abusive, mentally and physically.
Ooh.
So that's the picture that she's painting of you.
and that's not me. I mean, that blows my mind. That blows my mind.
Both of what you have said today blows my mind. I mean, there's
It's
just a lot,
fucked. Like,
lot
just
of
wrap it up.
problems.
Go ahead, wrap it
Lot
up,
of
because this nigga's fucked.
So we'll just have to see how it pans out.
What time is it?
It's about 7 o'clock, Josh.
He's cooked.
Let's hear to say that about me. That's
Surprise ourselves sometimes.
Go to fucking jail. So,
There's something poetic about a husband and wife spending their last several hours of freedom sitting just inches apart from each other, yet completely separated by a wall, betrayal, and the desperate need to save their own ass. Amelia cooperated with the police from this point forward and was sentenced to 3 years. The murder charges were dropped and she was only charged for the theft. Josh was taken into custody, where he was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and denied.
Ooh, he's fried. Hold on.
Sentenced to 3 years. The murder charges were dropped and she was only charged for the theft. Josh was taken into custody, where he was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and denied bond. He would see his wife again 3 years later at his trial, where she testified against him. It took just 10 days for him to be found guilty, and he was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Damn! Fuck! Damn. That's how it ended? Oh my god.